Um, got it. I'm a friend and a client of Shelley's, and I'm a fellow detoxer as well. I'm a mum and a wife, and I own several businesses in Wellington and Auckland. And I'm also a meditator, so it's cool that I can actually take you through a guided meditation today. And just to give you a little bit of background, I got into meditating in 2018. I was in my late 30s, and I was kind of kicking some in what society would call life goals, building businesses and build a house and started a family and stuff, but still was living with, I'd probably say like a moderate amount of anxiety, like just bubbling underneath the surface, to the point where, you know, it wasn't until I started meditating that I realized, oh shit, that is actually not me. Like, it's not my personality. It's actually just energy in motion flowing through me. And that you don't actually have to live like that. So I stumbled across something called TM, which is transcendental meditation. I don't know if you've heard of that before. It's kind of like the big brand meditation in a Vedic world. So it's 20 minutes twice a day. Like, it's the big celebrities do it, like Katy Perry. I think one of the Beatles was the first one that brought it over to the Western world. Hugh Jackman, like, is a big spokesman for it. And it was amazing. And pretty much as soon as I started, I learned, so they actually give you a personal mantra. And I learned, and pretty much my anxiety dissipated pretty much straight away once I was doing a consistent twice a day practice, which was amazing. And then just this year, I've been training with a lady called Claire Robbie. She has a School of Modern Meditation in Auckland, and I'm doing a teacher traineeship with her, which is a similar style of meditation. It's just we've dropped the mantra. So what I'll do today is just guide you into a meditation, because I can talk about it, you know, as you know, till the cows come home, but it's a bit like, you know, describing a really beautiful, juicy, organic strawberry, but until you actually taste it and experience it, it won't mean a lot to you. So I'll guide you into it, and then we'll sit in stillness together. So we actually will be sitting in quiet, and then I'll let you know when we come out, and when it's time to come out the other end. A couple of meditation myths is that you have to be like seated cross-legged and like in that, you know, that kind of Instagram photo, which is just BS. You don't have to do that. I never sit without back support, okay? Because the whole point of meditating is you want to be as comfortable as possible so that you can be practicing presence. So whatever way that you can be like that, making sure that your back is supported and that you're straight and seated, because we want to have that intention that we're not lying down, we're not giving up, we are going to be present. But you can have your legs out in front of you. Like, I do cross mine, but some days I don't. I just put them out in front of me, or you can have them on the floor. And you can just pop your hands in your lap. Anyway, you can have them like together, palms facing up, palms facing down, whatever suits you. And then another one that is a really common misconception. People say to me, oh, I don't know how you do that. Like, I can't sit like for 2 minutes because I can't clear my mind. And so that's another one. Just like our hearts beat, our minds are thinking, okay? So that's the sign of a really healthy mind. So what we're doing when we're practicing is we don't want to try to do anything. You want to have effortlessness about it, okay? So all we're doing is we're sitting and we're practicing coming back to now, like this moment, the only moment that actually ever really exists, okay? So don't resist or judge anything that comes up. There's a beautiful saying from a gentleman called Neil Donald Walsh that says, what you resist persists and what you look at disappears. So often what happens is when you're trying to shut down emotions or avoid emotions, I've got actually a quote here because we've done a little bit of work with Gabor Mate's. Have you done much with Gabor Mate? He says, when you shut down emotion, you're also affecting your immune system, your nervous system. So the repression of emotion, which is a survival strategy, then becomes a source of psychological illness later on. So what we're trying to do is let everything be. Whatever's happening at the moment, you're letting that be for the next 20 minutes, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you haven't already, just find yourself a nice, comfortable spot, making sure that your back's nice and straight. And then when you're ready, just closing down your eyes. And just checking that your head is placed just on top of your neck and it's not poking out forward, but it's just on there balanced nicely. Just a little tuck of the chin. And taking a moment just to go inwards. So we would have spent most of the day being outward focused, having lots of conversations, making lots of decisions on phone calls, emails. We can leave all that behind. As we turn inwards, and we settle down. So just noticing gravity, letting you sink into your seat. Noticing where you connect, where your body connects with your chair or the floor. Where your hands connect with your thighs or your lap. And we're just relaxing and letting everything go. Now we all have those little parts of our body that hold tension for us. So if you can just bring your awareness to that part of your body and just see if you can soften and let go. Noticing your breath. And just by me saying noticing your breath, perhaps you noticed a slight change in your breath just by bringing awareness to it. Can you feel the air on your nostrils? And notice the change in temperature from an inhale to an exhale. So you're activating your parasympathetic, which means your heartbeat is slowed down and is resting. is pumping blood to all of your internal organs beautifully. It also means your digestive system can do its job easily. Can you tune in to the sensations in your body? So we're energetic beings. We've got thousands of energetic reactions and chemical reactions happening in our body at once. In this beautiful internal ecosystem in our body, what can you feel? Now, as I've been talking, you may have found that your mind has wandered off or a thought has come in, and that's okay. We just say, oh well, and we come back to now, the present moment. Just like a beautiful big rock on the side of an ocean, and the waves are coming up, going over that rock and coming back into the ocean. We just sit and we let thoughts and feelings happen. We observe them, no judgment and no resistance. Even the to-do lists. Let them have their space. What sounds can you hear around you? Are there layers in those sounds? Perhaps in the room or in the room next door, or a faint sound very, very far away. Can you hear that sound for what it is before your mind puts a label on it? So we're going to sit together in stillness now, in quiet, just observing sensations in our body, sounds in this present moment, coming back to our breath. And I'll let you know when it's time. Okay, just starting to deepen your breath gently. Feel that movement in your torso. Bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. And what I like to cherish is that first 1 or 2 seconds of when you open your eyes. So when you're ready, please feel free to come back. Lovely. Thank you for joining me.